The Olmecs are considered the first major civilization in Mexico, coming before the Maya and the Aztecs. But instead of being remembered for their accomplishments, they're known for one thing: these giant heads. Today we're going to talk about what these strange statues have to do with the founding of Mesoamerica. The Olmecs lived in what is now the state of Tabasco and Veracruz on the Gulf Coast of Mexico. Their civilization flourished between 1200 and 400 BCE. This was at a time when most of the rest of the world was just getting around to inventing the wheel. So it's not surprising that the Olmecs are called the mother culture of Mesoamerica. They essentially laid the foundational blueprint for all the cultures that came after them, including the Maya and Aztecs. Some scholars even believe that the Olmec civilization continued on through the Maya and into the Aztec Empire, which lasted until 1521 CE. A full 3,000 years later, the Olmecs were responsible for some truly innovative accomplishments. They created a system of writing that was a combination of logographic, that's when each symbol stands for a word, and phonetic, that's when symbols stand for sounds. This writing system was then adapted by the Maya and the Aztecs and used for hundreds of years. They also invented the Mesoamerican ball game, which has been called the greatest game never played, at least by me. Two teams of up to 20 players try to move a heavy rubber ball through stone hoops. It was played on a court marked out on the ground or, and this is really impressive, on a floating cancha built over a dry moat. Archaeologists think the game had religious significance, perhaps involving human sacrifice, but its exact purpose is unknown. What is known is that it was played by the Olmec, the Maya, and the Aztecs, who took the game to its gory extreme. The objective of the Aztec version was to beat your opponents to death, so that's pretty fun. But the Olmecs are best known for their colossal heads. There are only 3 known to have been created, and each head weighs approximately 50 tons. That's the equivalent of 5 fully grown African elephants or 100 average adult humans. To put that in perspective, the tallest of the heads is just under 11 feet tall, which is taller than LeBron James. And the shortest is just over 7 feet tall, still nearly twice the height of an average person. For comparison, the Easter Island heads are about half the size of the Olmec heads, and those are impressive. We don't know exactly how the Olmecs moved these enormous stones, but there are some theories. One is that they used a crane-like device made from wood and rope to lift the stones. Another theory is that they used a liquid asphalt to make the stones easier to move. They may have also used these incredible stone tools called metates to help move the boulders. We also don't know for sure why they built these gigantic heads, but there are a few good guesses. The Olmec likely carved the heads to resemble the rulers of their cities. And since the heads are so huge, it may have been a way to intimidate neighboring cultures. These giant stone heads became such an iconic part of the culture that the Aztecs incorporated them into their mythology. In Aztec legend, the earth monster Tlaltecotli gave birth to the first 2 Olmec kings, and her milk produced 2 great stone pillars, which some scholars believe may have been the colossal heads. When the Spanish arrived in the 16th century, they destroyed many of the Olmec artifacts, including the other 2 colossal heads. Only one remains today. It is located in the ruins of La Cobata, which are near the modern-day city of Villahermosa in the state of Tabasco. The other 2 heads were probably taken to Europe in the early 1600s and are presumed lost. So while the Olmecs may not have left behind many physical structures like temples or palaces, their influence on Mesoamerican culture is undeniable. The Maya and Aztecs borrowed heavily from the Olmec, including their writing system, their art, their religion, and their ball game. You could say that without the Olmec, the Maya and Aztecs wouldn't have risen to power in Mesoamerica. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, you might want to check out some of our others on the ancient world. Thanks again, and see you next time.